What are you doing? No.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to play. Ah, fuck it.
Why? When do I always ask for theme music or music from anyone
Oh!
else? Hey, everybody. I'm Scotty Moe, and I'm your host, because I know what I'm doing. With me today is Pocky X,
Nip, nip.
and also Brett Hatfield.
We have arrived, bitches.
This is the Sega Addicts After Hours, episode 28.
Ha!
So we'll jump into what we're playing. Pocky X, what are you playing?
I picked up a new game. I have been peeing. I have been playing Final Fantasy Theatrhythm Curtain Call.
Oh, good.
And this is a significant improvement over the first game.
I can tell you why.
I did not like the first game that much. And I say that even though I played all of it in a single 5-hour stretch where I slept 0 hours one night. So I didn't like it, but I ate the fucking hell out of it because I love the music. So I'm going to play a rhythm game like that. But this new one I'm actually enjoying. It's got button input instead of stylus only, which you will not believe how much that just is a game changer alone.
Probably would have been for Sonic Chronicles for me. Sorry, keep going.
Same.
But yeah, it's special. It's a special game. It has music from pretty much everything, including the games we don't like to talk about, like
Final Fantasy
X
Shuffle.
Final Fantasy. It has Mystic Quest music in it.
13-2
Just to
is
give you
a
an idea.
fantastic game.
And Tactics, and 13-2, and Lightning Returns. It leaves nothing out, so that's
Wait, what
cool.
does it have from Lightning Returns? That soundtrack
I don't
doesn't even
fucking
have
know.
anything. That soundtrack doesn't even have anything that memorable. Aside from
Like I know what's in Lightning Returns. Like I fucking know.
well, like I remember, I remember one song from that entire soundtrack.
Yeah, it's not a very memorable soundtrack game, so I don't know.
That's why I was kind of surprised they actually put something from that in there. Like, if it's not Crimson Blitz, I don't know what the fuck it could be.
But continuing with my Final Fantasy gaming, I've been playing Final Fishing 14 online.
Wait, is it called Final Fishing?
No, that's just the only thing I do in it.
Oh, okay.
I have leveled fishing.
He chose Big the Cat as his word.
That is my job class, is Big the Cat.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in that game, and it's a game where crafting and the gathering stuff is just as fun as playing it regularly. So I actually quite enjoy cooking and fishing, and I want to know if I could just do that.
Play Fishing Resort.
Ideally, I don't want to do the actual game. I don't want to be an adventurer. I just want to cook and fish.
And hunt chocobos.
It seems plausible. No. You know how I feel about chocobo death. I do not approve.
This is why you couldn't play Type 0.
Exactly. It's opening with the chocobo death, and it's bloody. It's a bloody chocobo.
It's a very bloody chocobo death.
It is the worst thing. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, Class 0. There's your meal.
I've also been playing...
Wait, don't eat the guy that died with it, no!
Oh. I've also been playing Neptunia, Rebirth 1 on the Vita. It's very, very grindy right now, as I'm just trying to do some basic quests and... get mats, finish quests, and then hopefully trigger the next event. But because the combat system is actually quite fun, the grinding doesn't feel awful like it does in a lot of RPGs. So that's been a good time. And more World of Warcraft. And so all of that combined is why I have been a useless piece of shit for the past week. And have accomplished nothing with my life, or friends, family, everyone. I've left them all behind, and I've done nothing with myself.
This is the toll Sword Art Online has taken on you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been rewatching Sword Art Online because I can't wait a week between Sword Art Online Season 2 episodes. I need to watch more of it. It's fucking good. The new second season, fucking good.
Man. All right.
Scotty, where are you in that?
I just watched the episode that was centered more around his cousin, sister. I can't remember her name because I try to forget about her.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah. Actually, I stopped halfway through. Kiriko turned into a monster and did stuff. So
yeah, you know what I don't like about Arc 2 is that they've never established a reason why we should care about player death in this new game, but they still act like we really should.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but whatever. I don't know. I'm not as anxious to binge watch it as I was the first half, but that's neither here nor there. Have you played anything else?
No, just playing with myself.
Brett, what about you?
He just lied to you because we did play some stuff on Thursday.
Oh yeah, I always forget.
We struggled through King of Fighters 13 on Thursday Throwdowns, which that was I feel like that was my fault, and I want to give that another go because I had my settings on wrong. But we fixed my settings, and we went in and played some Persona 4 Arena, and it was damn close. It was damn fun.
Oh yeah, Brett, and then after that we played.
We rediscovered a gem, literally. We played some Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh my
HD.
god, that was good.
Oh good. I've never really played it multiplayer before, but that was damn fun.
It was intense. I wasn't even talking.
Yeah, we weren't. Shit got real. Shit got real. We tried to get Sky to buy it, and he won't do it because
I looked into it. It's $5, and it's the Turbo HD remix version.
It's
and
so
whatever.
good though.
I'm not going to spend $5 on something I'll maybe play once.
Then I will chip in half.
Yeah, I'll chip in the other half.
And you will play against us.
Cool. So I'm getting it for free. Is that what I just heard?
Yes.
I think so.
Hey, that's fine with me. I mean, there's other.
And we can have a Thursday Throwdowns, triple threat of that game.
Somehow that'll work.
It's more fun than it looks.
It is a lot more.
Probably.
I was very
I
skeptical.
like puzzle games. It's probably because I'm stingy with money now, and there's other stuff. Well, we'll talk about it in a news item, but there's some other stuff I want to buy too.
Right. Yeah, there's other stuff I need to save up for, but I must spread the joy of Puzzle Fighter. And speaking of that other stuff, I've been going back and playing more Type 0 on the PSP to get hype for Type 0 HD and Agito Plus coming to Vita. So, I think
Agito originally.
Agito was the free-to-play mobile game on Android and iPhone. And they're putting out a premium edition on PlayStation Vita for like $35 that has all the microtransactions already purchased and everything. So it's pretty dope. And that's going to be the reason I get a Vita if it comes to America, which it should.
That's the reason.
That's the reason right there.
There's so many other great games on it.
Type 0 influences my every decision.
It's true.
But yeah, I just got into playing that again, trying to throw our playthrough and dream about how good it's going to be playing that in HD with a better camera system. So I can't wait for that. And trying to think what else. Oh, there was that Capcom sale that we were talking about earlier, and I picked up Capcom vs. SNK 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and Street Fighter Alpha 3 on PlayStation Network just to have backup copies of those. So I've been playing more Third Strike than the other two right now because I've been trying to get good with Alina and Ibuki. But
Ibuki's impossible.
Nah, I'll tell you who's impossible of my three favorites in that. Makoto.
Yeah, she's also impossible.
You have to get in. You have to get in close to get any damage with her, and she's so fucking slow that it's just she's only got like one viable move. It's that it's like that half circle charge punch. But yeah, that's a pretty decent port, I have to say. It's still hard as shit. That's probably the hardest Street Fighter game. But
yeah, I don't get the what is that counter system?
Perry.
Perry. Yeah.
That's and like actually experience like once you experience that, it makes that one moment from Evo 2004 look even more unbelievable.
Yeah, that one, Tom. Remember that?
That's the one that's like always shared around where the guy parries like every hit of a super combo and he's only like on the 1 pixel of health.
Yeah, that one.
It's fucking awesome. It's Daigo Umehara versus Justin Wong. I'll show you guys later. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, I've been playing
Comes
through
from a
those.
long place.
Yeah.
Hey, Daigo's the one that won.
Yeah, that one. That match. Remember that time that someone played Dragon Force without stopping on Guitar Hero, Tom? That one time that first
Oh.
happened? Sorry.
Nothing from Guitar Hero can even remotely compare to what Daigo did.
I was trying to show you how relevant what you're talking about has to each of us. Brett.
Oh, I know, but I press on anyway
Okay.
because I'm desperate for reasons to talk about this stuff. Feel sorry for me, bitches.
Oh,
No.
man. It's alright. I admire your zeal.
Well,
Did you
I
play anything
feel
else?
sorry for you, but that's not why.
I played a little bit of Ridge Racer PSP. That's about it.
Ridge Racer PSP is my favorite Ridge Racer.
Yeah, I got the second one that has like more tracks on it, and it's so good. It's the closest we'll ever get to like Ridge Racer Generations, because it goes back and reimagines like every track from like 1 through 4 at the time, or 1
Took
through
me a
5.
second to figure out what you were talking about with Ridge Racer Generations.
I still don't know, unless he's talking about Sonic Generations.
Yeah, that's,
Yes, he is.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
What have you been playing, Scottward?
A lot. I'll get through the junk, and then I'll get to the good. I don't know why, but I was playing a lot of Sega Genesis yesterday. Excuse me, with some of the roommates and the girlfriend around, and to make it more entertaining, I played some of the worst games I own that were given to me. I want to make it clear I didn't buy most of these, but I did play a good bit of Aladdin because my copies of Road Rash weren't working, so that's troublesome. But I played Barney's Hide and Seek. I played Barbie's Supermodel, and I played Thomas the Tank Engine.
Damn, son, you got all them heavy hitters.
Yeah, that's the AAA titles from the Genesis days,
Holy Trinity.
and it's so stupid. I don't know. They're funny and dumb. But actually, I was playing some Super Nintendo earlier this week as well. Played a lot of Mario Kart and a lot of Contra 3. I'm really bad at the Contra games, especially that one, but it's still fun and ridiculous. And played a lot of Wheel of Fortune with the roommates. So, retro week, I guess. But actually, in all seriousness, I played through Jet Set Radio again, the whole game from beginning to end.
You did this during the
So-
stream on Thursday night, so we
I finished
got your
Thursday night.
angry yelling at us.
My plans were canceled on Thursday, so I had a whole day, and I had already started up Jet Set again after the marathon, the Dreamcast marathon, and I was trying to get the trophies in the PlayStation version. And I don't know, did both of you guys own the game, Jet Set?
I got
own it in many iterations, but yeah, I have it primarily have it on Vita.
They gave me a
Okay.
review copy.
Oh, okay. Did you guys ever try the tutorial?
hmm
How far did you get in the tutorial?
I don't quite remember completing it, to be honest with you.
I don't think you did, because it's the most fucking horseshit tutorial I've ever played in a game. I've beaten that game 3 times and can't get through the tutorial. So that's
Yeah,
how
like
What
it gets
game?
Jet Set Radio because it like
You-
has you do like ridiculous bullshit.
You do stuff in the tutorial that you never have to do in the game. You have but I want to preface this with I have realized Jet Set Radio is one of my absolute favorite games because I power through those bad controls to just kick. I don't know, to just do well and try to. I'm right now I'm trying to get all the graffiti souls in it. But in the tutorial, there's one thing where you learn how to do a 180 in midair so that you start skating backwards. Or no, there's one so that you learn how to just skate backwards. There's another one where you jump and turn yourself around in midair before you land, which you never have to do those things in the game. But then there's it's like try to get 20 tricks in a row, then it's try to get 30, and the very last thing is try to get 50 tricks in a row. And that is so difficult just because of how fucking wonky the controls are. Like, I tried to do it. I thought, oh, before work, I'll just jump in a tutorial and try to get this trophy real quick. And I was almost late to work because I was getting so mad and not being able to get through this thing. Because it's in that main, that like bus terminal, the very, very first level. That's where the tutorial is. And there's a way to like get on a rail, do a wall ride off a billboard, jump onto another rail, jump over things, get on that overpass, and you can just keep going. You can get an infinite grind going and do laps. But if you there'll be times where you somehow clear the rail entirely and miss it, even though you hit it the same, or you go past it at the same trajectory that you would to hit the thing. And it's just like, that's cool. It worked every other time except now. But
hooray for collision detection.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that game. So I stopped trying to do the tutorial, but I got through the game again, and it's still really fun. It's a really fun game, and I unlocked. I think there's music tracks in the downloadable version that aren't in the Dreamcast version, because there's some songs that I don't remember from the Dreamcast version in there. But yeah, I love that game more than I should for my own good. Excuse me. But that's pretty much, yeah, what I played. But now that I finished Jet Set again, I'm going to turn the Dreamcast back on and play some other Dreamcast games pretty soon. I might start up Illbleed again because Shiggity was yelling at me for not finishing that game after the marathon. But good stuff. Yeah, I think that's all I played. You guys play anything else? Anybody?
That high pitch was just it deflected my brain.
I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers too. You guys been playing anything else?
I'm playing hentai games.
You guys been playing anything else?
Well, I mean, what he said.
That's a big old negative. So, without further ado, we're going to get into the news. News, bro. Heck yeah. So first up in the news, we actually got some things directly related to Sega going on recently. Music-wise, we talked about it a little bit before. They were gonna re-release the Sonic Adventure soundtrack as well as instrumental versions of the theme songs. For those that don't know, each character in Sonic Adventure has their own theme song with vocals. So what they did, there's actually technically 4, I guess you could say, out, because they have the Sonic Adventure soundtrack, which is actually 2 discs, and they released it, the first disc for $10 on iTunes, the second disc for $10, which each of those has close to 30 tracks, so it's not a bad price, really. And then the other thing they released was all the theme songs, which are a little longer. They're the extended versions. And then the other thing they released was all the instrumentals of those theme songs, which I actually don't want. I will say firsthand that the Sonic Adventure soundtrack is definitely worth that price. That was one of the first things I ever imported, and I had it before the game came out, and that was probably like $50 just because it was from another country. But it's a really good soundtrack with lots of good music. And the theme songs are okay. I don't think I'm gonna get that one, but I do want the instrumental. What do you guys think about those, though, that they're doing that?
I have no emotional connection to the soundtracks to Sonic Adventure, but I've heard them while playing, and I don't know if I'm gonna buy it.
I mean, since you can get individual tracks, there are some levels that have good music, like it's
Speed Highway.
That's a good one, but I actually really like Windy Valley after the tornado, or no, is it before? I think it's after the tornado, because it's actually a remix of Green Grove Zone from Sonic 3D
Oh yeah,
Blast.
that's after a tornado. Yeah.
So, like, that's cool. It bugged me forever. I couldn't figure out what that was from, but that's a good one. And the one for Ice Cap or whatever it's called, the Ice Zone.
Twinkle Park
That
has
has some good
good
ones.
music as well.
Yeah.
That sounds stupid, but I think I might just download the Station Square music because
No, it's cool.
really
That's a
like
good.
That one's fine.
I still listen to the soundtrack when I'm trying to do something productive on the computer or whatever, whether it's writing something for the site or whatever, because it's good background music. But yeah, like Station Square and stuff, you could just put that on repeat, and it's nice to just have.
Hmm.
So it's good. It's a good soundtrack. And let's see what else is going on. There's an Alien Isolation update. They said the Survivor mode is going to have 6 months worth of content. And I know at first everyone's going to be like, more DLC. They're trying to get more money out of us, which might be the thing. But the video that they had, I don't know if you guys watched it. It kind of came out of the developers as they were playing the game, challenging each other, like try to get through this scene without getting the motion tracker, or try to get here without using a weapon at all, or things like that. So I like that it came from, like, it wasn't planned, it just kind of happened organically a little bit, so that's kind of neat. Did you guys look at that at all?
I'm still not even interested in the main game.
That's too bad.
I know you're hyped for the game much more than I am. I don't know what Brett thinks, but
I just saw Aliens in a theater this past Wednesday.
Yeah. I like the movies and I like Dead Space, but it's so hard to be optimistic.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Well, I don't know if this tells you anything, but I don't have it reserved. As soon as I could reserve every other Alien game, I did. So I'm kind of waiting, I guess, but also because other stuff's coming out around that time, so I don't know. Next thing on the news, I mean, I don't know how much news this is, but Tokyo Game Show was this past weekend, so we've got some stuff we're going to go through with that. But one of them was they had new screenshots for Hatsune Miku Project Mirai on the 3DS. So did they say if that's even coming out over here at all, or is that still only...
Yeah, we're getting Mirror Remix, which is
Okay.
a combination of Mirror 2 and 1.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna get this one, to be honest with you. The look of it has...
It's got the Nendo Miku look, which isn't for everyone, but...
Speaking of her, she's going to be a module in Project Diva F2nd.
Oh, is that so?
Oh,
I just saw that the other day.
the super demented one?
Yeah.
Did you
Okay.
ever see the cosplayer they have cosplaying as the super deformed Miku?
Mm-mm.
I think you posted that on Twitter, and
I sure did.
yeah, it was the best, one of the best things I saw, because you just see this giant Miku head with arms. It's like smiling so happily, and you see a child running away from it, like crying.
well, let's link you this in the chat.
Tom, do you have it ready? Because I would have.
I don't have it on the ready.
I would have to
I'm
try
I'm
to
going to
search
go.
for
I'm
that.
going to go through your account right now.
Oh boy, yeah, Godspeed.
I tweet way too fucking much.
Yeah, him and I both post too many pictures on Twitter, so.
There's Neptune glaring at my name change.
But yeah, it's pretty funny. Let's see.
I am a fan of. I am personally a fan of Super Deformed Miku just because I think it's cute. But so I am going to be getting this game on release. I ended up canceling my reserves for Project Diva F2nd.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Just because I need to rethink how much I'm buying. And
You mean, well, are you still getting it? Cause you had both of them reserved. That's $100 and some dollars
that
on
is
day
$100
one.
and some fucking dollars. So
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. I need to consider which version I'm going to get.
Right.
Plus, I don't know if this is going to end up being like the PS3 release of Project Diva, where they don't release that many of them.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
the
that's
physical release becomes rare.
yeah. That's another reason I'm getting it on PS3 because I want to have the physical. Well, I mean, you can get the physical Vita version, but I don't know.
I'm leaning towards Vita because I own every Project Diva portably.
I
Physical
see.
copy of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll keep talking about Tokyo Game Show, and we'll get to topics outside of that after we blow through all of that. We'll talk about it real quick. Phantasy Star Online 2. They announced that there will be Sega Hard Girls costumes and characters you can play as in there. So,
Yay.
yeah, I mainly put this in here just to see how pissed off you would be, Tom. But you look like you're the same as us, and you're just worn down at this point.
I've become a shell of my former self.
Mm-hmm.
The saddest thing for me is that, like, one of my favorite things about Phantasy Star online games, be it Portable or Portable 2 or Universe, is that they always did kind of get these promotional items. Like in Phantasy Star Portable 2, they had the Miku costume, and you could also get leek swords. So Miku's running around with a giant-ass leek, and it's great. So just seeing more and more and more of this stuff trickle into Japan is depressing but expected.
And for people who don't know what a leek is, they're hearing Miku with a giant ass leek and they're thinking, God, we are disgusting.
A leek is a food. It's like it looks.
Yeah, it's like celery basically.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess not everybody knows that Tom loves magical girls and loves Phantasy Star, but that's mainly why I put this topic in there because I just wanted to see how mad he might get. But he's like me in the Resident Evil movies. He's just beaten down, and the fanboy in him has learned to accept the disappointment.
Yeah. We've learned to accept that Sega fucking hates us.
Which is sad. We did see they had more stuff for Phantasy Star Nova. I honestly wish that would come out over here more than online too, because I feel like Nova I could play and wouldn't have to make it my job as much as PSO2. But it is what it is. At first that wasn't even going to be online, I think, but now they've said it is and whatever. I don't know.
I saw the trailer of it, and I don't know Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely heard the word ad hoc in there.
Yeah, maybe it's But the thing, I was watching that, and like, when I was watching the trailer, my girlfriend was here, and I was like, look at this. This is why they should just do movies. Fuck all these games. Just, like, the trailer looks great. Just make a fucking Phantasy Star movie.
Yeah, that'll never sell. Not here.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I just, it's whatever.
I wasn't going to mention anything, but I will say this. The fact that they are teasing me with Resonance of Fate in Phantasy Star Online 2 is the ultimate dick punch.
I thought that was Phantasy Star Nova.
Or Nova, whatever. Yeah. Either way, it's not coming here. The only new Resonance of Fate content we'll ever get again.
I was thinking about making a Japanese account so I could maybe at least check out Nova, not have a clue of what's going on, but, you know. But hey, some good news. There's since you guys are getting Dengeki Bunko Duka Dika Daka Dika Duka, whatever that fighting game is, Climax. They announced some. Was it characters or was it skins?
It's a new character and a new assist, both from Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that those characters are getting.
Yeah, there's more Sega characters coming into it now with Akira being made playable. Mm-hmm. And I forget the girl's name now, but the character from Valkyria Chronicles as well. There's also the Sonic stage in it, which to me has been a sign that Sonic's going to be some sort of DLC or console exclusive, which would be cool. I would dig it.
Yeah, but, that's pretty neat. And then another thing they mentioned a little bit more on is their JRPG, The World End Eclipse. They just had a trailer that showed basically the plot, and that was all in Japanese, so I don't know what's going on, but it involves the world.
That trailer made me so angry. Not
Why is that?
not even no gameplay at all.
Oh yeah, that's what
Nothing.
I put that I posted that in the news list and then I watched it afterwards and I was like, oh, there's what are we gonna even discuss about this? There's really literally like barely even cutscene. It's just here's a map. Let's talk about this map.
Look, anime characters. More anime characters.
Yeah,
Animators.
I don't know. So yeah, there's that. I think that's all the TGS stuff, unless you guys had anything else from TGS that was announced at all that's loosely Sega related.
Miku's going to be on David Letterman, but that's not TGS.
What? Really? What day?
Yeah, October 8th. They've got Miku as the musical
David
guest.
Letterman?
Yes.
He's
Jesus.
why? Like, I could understand at least maybe Jimmy Fallon, because he has a video game week every year.
Yeah.
But Letterman?
Letterman is the fuck.
Didn't he announce his retirement soon or something?
He's retiring next year, like next April.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, bring on the anime titters. I don't give a shit.
Is that what the kids are doing? Sure.
That's my David
cool.
Letterman. It's totally accurate.
What day was that? I'm going to mark that on my calendar.
October 8th.
October 8th.
Someone
I
take it for me.
That's a Wednesday.
I don't have cable.
Put it
I'm
on
gonna-
Betamax for him.
Crap. I just put in my calendar Miku on Letterman.
Right there.
Whatever.
Folks, if you want a fabulous prize from Sega Addicts, write that fan fiction.
No.
What? We're not going to reward that.
There we go.
Alright, so speaking of jumping on things, there is a Sonic Jump Fever weekend, kind of a contest where you had to, starting up the free iOS game Sonic Jump Fever, to start it up you had to actually jump with your phone, like jump up in the air to, I think it was to start the game or you get a bonus or something. So that's kind of neat. I don't know. That was on their website at the end. And let's see what else we've got going on. Loosely Sega related, but in Monster Hunter 4, let me get the picture for this. There's
Oh God.
I don't know how to pronounce these things. Phalanines? They're like a cat, sure.
Yeah, I played the game, but I don't know how to pronounce them.
Anthropomorphic cats can wear this Sonic armor that I'm going to show you guys. This
They skin
is
Sonic alive.
Yeah, that's what that is. So
And that is the sword from Sonic and the Black Knight as well.
I'm shocked that Sega's willing to acknowledge that game exists.
Yeah, same.
That's funny. And they also have the only other I don't. There's probably other stuff, but I thought this was funny as well. Was they have a taiko drum weapon that you can use, which is just a giant taiko drum on a stick.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
I'm excited for that one actually because that's my favorite weapon.
Check out all its majesties. So let's see. That's that there with Monster Hunter. There's a game coming out. I believe it's only downloadable, called Roundabout, and it's kind of a mix of Crazy Taxi and Kururin, whatever that means. But you're in a limo, and it's spinning around the whole time, like a helicopter blade almost. But there's a little arrow up, and you have to go to certain places in a city. So it looks goofy, but definitely looks like it'd be Crazy Taxi from like a helicopter camera angle or something.
I played the Kururin game.
Okay, what is that?
It's very fun. It's just you pilot this rotating blade thing through very thin areas and try to figure out how to basically do it. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know how they're gonna mix Taxi into this, but from what I can tell, it looks definitely more Kururin than Crazy Taxi. And it's a fun game. It's on the GBA, and I highly recommend it.
I think the only thing that relates it to Crazy Taxi is you're in a car and there's an arrow to point you where to go.
Yeah. I mean that's a pretty hard stretch there.
Yeah. And then there was a sale going on. It's a PlayStation Flash sale. I'm not sure how long it's going on. It might only be this weekend, so jump on this as soon as you can. But it has, speaking of Crazy Taxi, that's on there, the downloadable version. And this is on PlayStation 3 It's $2.49 for that Crazy Taxi, which is a pretty good price. The only reason I'm not getting it is because I already own that thing on 3 different systems, and that doesn't have the Offspring and Bad Religion soundtrack. But still fun. You can blast some Offspring anywhere, anytime, anyway.
That's
So
got some soundtracks.
I literally did not take advantage of the sale because I knew Offspring was not on this version of Crazy Taxi.
yeah, but also on the sale, that's loosely related is what, Brett?
Ridge Racer!
Yeah.
And on the Vita, that's the one that has the Daytona USA Hornet in it. So jump on that ship because that's the last great Ridge Racer game.
Was
No,
the
it's
Hornet?
not.
Did you have to pay for the Hornet, or was it unlockable?
I think you
You
have
had
to
to
pay
pay
for it.
for everything in that game. It's not a good game, even on sale.
But the physics are what Ridge Racer is supposed to be compared to the other game that came out around the same time, which we don't speak of.
Just get the PSP games.
Yeah, Ridge Racer PSP is damn good. Ridge Racer 7 is also very good, but it's not Sega related. So
But yeah, racing games. Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed is also on sale on the PS3 and the Vita. Both versions are $10 each. That game is definitely worth $10 because of how vast the Grand Prix. I don't know what you would call it, the career mode or something. World
Career
Tour.
mode. Yeah, World
Career
Tour.
mode. So much fucking content.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in there to the point that I own it on 360 and got everything, and I have it on the Vita. I'm thinking about getting it on PS3 because there's more people to play it online than there are on the Vita there. But good things. I thought there was one more. I'm just looking at the sale real quick here. I don't think there's any other Sega related. Oh, Cell Damage. I couldn't remember if that was on Dreamcast or not, but it's not, so it doesn't matter. And then let's see. Whoops, my windows went everywhere. There's also Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. That's the one on the Wii U. Was actually pushed up to November 11th. It was originally going to release on November 18th, but that's the same day that Grand Theft Auto 5 re-releases on the new gen systems. So
Clash of the Titans right there.
yeah, tell me about it. Sega didn't come out and say it, but that's clearly the reason. We assume anyway that they pushed up that title.
I mean, well, they're just saving Rockstar from embarrassment of losing the Sonic Boom.
You got it. That's exactly why. But it's kind of funny though because that's the day that the 3DS version already was slated for. I don't know why they weren't releasing them on the same day anyway. But so now both the 3DS and the Wii U version of Sonic Boom's coming out on the same day because of this. Right, Tom? So that they don't interfere with Grand Theft Auto.
I like the cheekiness in the article. You know, they're hoping to not get smashed by any competition.
Yeah. I don't. Oh boy, I don't know. It's whatever. I don't think they. See, what's funny is I don't know how much a week matters in November. You know, because a game like Sonic, not to generalize, but I feel like this is going to get gifted more than it's going to get bought by the crowd that it's aimed at. So let's think about all those. Let's think about all those moms and dads that are going to get into the store and be like, "I need my game for my 8-year-old. Grand Theft Auto? Yes, ma'am." You know. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me because it's on a system. The Sonic. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't because Sonic Boom's coming out on Wii U and 3DS, and Grand Theft Auto is coming out on everything else. So, but I'm not in marketing. I don't make things that matter like that. So,
I mean, I think especially around this time of year, the market of the gift giving people, I think that's almost like they can almost predict a game's gift giving potential. But the market they're aiming at is the people that they have some disposable income. They're coming into the game store. They're going to buy one game.
right.
What's it going to be?
Right. That's true. I got to think of it like that too. Fun fact, Grand Theft Auto 5 is now the first game to have 2 midnight launches for the same game. Think about that.
Hardcore.
God damn it.
Hardcore.
I legitimately hate these re-releases, which is another reason why I sold my PS4.
I hate this one because it was not planned. It is literally a response to whining. But that could be a topic for another day. Let's see if I got anything. And to kind of transition into our topic, it's not a huge news article, but I thought it'd just be fun to recollect that Peter Moore had a quick little blurb about the Dreamcast, and I guess he does this every year after reading the actual article. Is he just had a nice little thing on Twitter um, saying like how him and some people get around to talk about the Dreamcast in its heyday and like what could have been, what should have been, and all that stuff. But it's cool that he still acknowledges because he was a big part of the Dreamcast launch. Peter Moore, who he's now with EA, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much everything he's touched has done well. And then when it crashes, he backs the fuck out of there. But no, he was a big part of the Dreamcast's success in the U.S. So it's cool that he still acknowledges that it was a kind of, not just a flash in the pan, but a good system overall, and it had a good launch. And he even mentioned this year that it kind of, as much as people might take it for granted, it sort of pioneered online console gaming. So I thought that was pretty cool. Did you guys read that at all? What he said about it?
I saw that he did say things, and then I stopped reading.
Thanks for contributing, Tom.
But you asked a question, so that is technically a contribution to the discussion.
But it was cool that he talked about things. So I think that's everything. Unless you guys had any other news topics.
I do have a bit of site news I just got from our hosting provider. We are going to be down for a little bit, I think like 45 minutes, either tonight or tomorrow night, because they're doing server upgrades. So
by tonight, you mean Sunday?
Yeah, either tonight or tomorrow night, Monday night. I couldn't really tell from the message, but they said about 45 minutes of downtime while they do some upgrading. So I figured I'd just go ahead and put that out there now.
All right, fun little housekeeping tip.
What's going to happen when people can't get their Sega Addicts After Hours? They'll go to YouTube.
I don't know. The streets will run red.
I'll stain my hands with the blood.
Yeah. So it's still Dreamcast month, and because of that, we're going to get into our top 5 Dreamcast recommendations. Each of us are going to recommend our top 5 Dreamcast games. So, unless you guys have any other news, we're going to get into that right now. You guys got anything else? Okay, good.
Wait, no, I had something. Oh my god.
Are you serious?
No.
Alright, for the listeners, this week's transition cover photo is the beautiful Hello Kitty pink Dreamcast. That everyone should probably
leave
own.
that up there a little bit longer.
I want that.
Yes.
I really want that.
Yes.
Of course you do. Fan of magical
like
girls
pink
and
things.
cats.
I want the pink Vita.
I figure rather than going number 5, we'll just each go through our list and try to talk about our games, but not in too much length, because the marathon just happened, so we're going to be familiar with some of them. But maybe talk about just why we think these are good things for anyone who has a Dreamcast or is thinking about getting a Dreamcast, why they should check them out. So who would like to go first? Not me. Tom raised his hand. Go for it, Tom.
Oh my god. I like me. So number 5 on my list, and I basically stuck to shmups because my experience with the Dreamcast is basically fighting games and shmups. And Brett knows more about fighting games than I do. So number 5, and
Brett is
one more
here,
thing.
so he doesn't need to talk about fighting games.
Yeah.
Number 5.
One more thing. It's pretty much guaranteed that on any list of shmups for the Dreamcast, the name Ikaruga is going to come up. So yeah, Ikaruga. It's obvious, so I'm not going to put it on the list. Number 5 on my list is Under Defeat, a game I actually talked about previously. And it was on the PlayStation Network for $2.99 on a flash sale recently.
Boom.
And I still like the Dreamcast version better. The the PS3 version is pretty. It's high definition, but it's not. It has more space horizontally than it does vertically. And the original game was definitely a vertical shmup. So while I still like the PS3 version, just because it's the same type of gameplay, it's very fun. I would still say the version to play if you're a score chaser is the Dreamcast version.
Interesting. Are there any differences gameplay-wise, like different modes or whatever, between the HD and the Dreamcast version?
I don't know. I just kind of played through the arcade mode on the HD version. If there was differently, then I wasn't looking.
Okay.
But it is just that there's that difference, that very specific difference of the screen being covered versus the screen having the two black bars on the side and being pulled away, so it's much more vertical. To me, that's an important thing to have when you're playing a vertical shmup.
Yeah.
So when you don't have that, it screws with your senses a bit. So that's why I still like the Dreamcast version better. Next up is Rattlegy, or however you want to pronounce it. Doesn't matter. You can't.
How do you spell that?
Radilgy.
ILGY. Okay. Oh, I think I've heard of that, but
it is. It's a very good game. It is a cel-shaded shmup, and it has a neat little comic book aesthetic, and you can play it on Dreamcast real easy. You just burn it. And I really like it, just from aesthetics alone, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Cool.
Next up is one of the more unique shmups on the Dreamcast, and it also came out well after the death. I think this game came out in 2004. And it is called Trigger Heart Excelica.
I know that.
I've heard about this.
This game is a very anime shmup. And what's really cool about it is it has this anchor system. So what your character does is it fires an anchor at enemies, and it can, after the enemy's resistance wears down, it could swing that enemy around the screen. It has physics to it all, and it's very challenging. And the reason why it's so challenging is this game is much more of a puzzle game than a shmup. And sure, you're doing shooting, and then you're using anchors and everything, and you're dodging bullets, etc. But there is a right way to get through areas.
What was it called again?
Trigger Heart Excelica.
Okay. Whoops. Excelica.
Excellica.
All right, cool. I'm just making notes of everyone's stuff.
Next up, and this is one of my all-time favorites, and you could play this on the Saturn, you could play it on the Dreamcast. I prefer playing it on the Saturn, but it's on the Dreamcast, so you should really play Twinkle Star Sprites. And this is a magical girl shmup.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. It's near the top. It is my number 2. So Twinkle Star Sprites, but it has a interface that looks like, say, Puzzle Fighter or something else, because you have 2 columns, and you got your ship in this side, and there's an AI in the other, and you're kind of battling with each other by shooting enemies and chaining combos. Puts more enemies on your opponent's screen.
Is it the exact same game on the Dreamcast and the Saturn?
Yes.
That's weird that they did that.
I don't know. I don't know why they did it. Either way, I'm happy for it because I really love Twinkle Star Sprites. And I'm sure there's some improvements on the Dreamcast. Who knows what they are. I do not play nearly hardcore enough to know what they are.
Some Twinkle Star purist like, you fucking pleb, how dare you!
There is no Twinkle Star purist. Actually, I'm sure there are. I really want an HD re-release of Twinkle Star Sprites, because this is a vertical shmup that also uses the wideness of the screen to its advantage. Highly recommended. And can you guys guess what my number 1 shmup?
Well, you said Ikaruga, but
is not on the list.
I guess this would be a shmup, kind of. Is it Bangai-O?
No, I was thinking about that, but really, my ultimate number 1, just because of my love of music, has got to be Rez.
Right.
Ooh.
See, that wasn't released
I don't think I
in the
need
US on Dreamcast, so I don't know. But you haven't stuck with that anyway, so.
Well, I don't need it. I don't think I need to explain myself with Rez. It's just it is great, and everyone should play it.
For those who don't know what it is, it's made by the same guy that did the Panzer Dragoon series, so it's kind of an on-rails rhythm game. Well, then again,
On
what
rails
rhythm
rhythm
game isn't
shooter.
on
Yeah.
rails? You know what I mean? But so you're like going down, I guess, corridors. The game kind of takes place in the internet. I don't know, but you just have to match up whatever you do, whatever you fire, how you fire, it makes the music in the game. So it's pretty cool. There's not really anything out
That's
there
why.
like it.
Yeah, that's why I'm disappointed Stevie isn't here, because Stevie actually knows the story to Rez,
Yeah.
and I do not. But if you wanna know what the story to Rez is all about, then I believe he talks
Drugs.
about it as you could take a lot of drugs,
It's about drugs.
Everything's
or
about
you
drugs.
can listen.
Everybody has
You
AIDS.
can listen to Chucklebits Radio episode 6, where they talk about Rez.
Oh,
And
plug.
yes,
Probably a butt plug because of. Never mind.
His sponsorship.
Yep. We'll call
we're
it
not.
that.
But we're not name dropping because they don't sponsor Sega Addicts After Hours yet.
Right.
Yeah, but they should, because we have infinitely more homoeroticism on this show than they do on Chucklebits.
That is true. That is true.
It's actually true.
So
Is,
Tom's top 5. We're under defeat, which you can. I guess real quick we can mention how you can get those as well, because under defeat you can get the HD version, but you would still recommend the Dreamcast over that, or what do
I
you
would
think?
recommend the Dreamcast over that if you're serious about shooters.
Mhm.
But if you just want a fun shmup to play, then yeah, definitely pick up the HD re-release.
Especially if it's still on sale. I'm not 100% sure.
It's
it is
not.
or not. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
grabbed it when it was on sale, so got it. Radilogy, Radigy,
Yeah, I've called it Rattergy for years. You
Radilogy.
can play this as an import on the Dreamcast. Just need to import Dreamcast, obviously, or wink, wink, nudge, nudge, other ways. But it's also part of a Ultimate Shooters collection on the Nintendo Wii, and I believe that version is translated into English, so you can play it and read the plot as if that matters.
Huh. Wait, you said it's on the Wii? Sorry, what?
Yeah, it's on the Wii on the Ultimate Shooters collection.
Ultimate Shooters Collection. Okay. There's a lot of shmups and shooters on the Wii, actually.
There is.
It's weird, but you would never know because none of them are titled. Well, they're like these things, like Trigger Heart Excelica and Twinkle Star Sprites. They have like names like that. Like how the fuck are you supposed to know what that is? But yes.
So Trigger Heart Excelica, you can actually pick up an HD re-release on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Oh, that's where I've seen that. Okay, I knew I'd see your eyes and words. Is it only on XBLA? It's not on PSN.
I'm pretty sure it's only on XBLA.
Don't make me turn my Xbox on.
I'm pretty sure it's only on XBLA.
Okay.
It's a really challenging game, and I wouldn't recommend it unless you're ready for that.
Gotcha.
It's not the type of game that you should go into thinking we're just going to relax and play a shooter, because there's a lot to learn. You need to work yourself into its mechanics.
You have to earn your hentai.
Anyway, and then we had. Wow, we're taking more time recapping your list than you actually took to tell it. Twinkle Star Sprites is the only way to get that Saturn or Dreamcast.
I believe so. I'm sure the Japanese digital markets probably have it, but we don't.
Okay. And then Rez, you can actually this I just learned recently because I picked it up. It's on. I think it's only on XBLA. I don't think it's on the PSN.
I believe you're right.
The Res HD though, you can get on a collection called Cubed, only on the 360, but it's a physical disc. I found it for $5. So if you can find that, it's got a couple other arcade games on there. Definitely grab it that way if you can, because that way you don't have to worry about the digital marketplace like disappearing or whatever. It's probably the cheapest way to get Res, if illegally anyway. But yeah, that's Res HD.
It's worth noting that there is minor differences between Res HD and Res on the Dreamcast because Res HD is based off the PS2 version.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I know there's like different filters and stuff which are cool. It's a minor thing, but it's cool that you have that. Um, yeah, cool. That's a good top 5. Brett, what are
Yes, sir.
your top 5 Dreamcast recommendations for the Sega Dreamcast?
Well, as people know, I mainly stick to fighting games when it comes to the Dreamcast because this
Brett
system
likes playing with his stick.
Yeah, well, I don't have a stick on the Dreamcast yet. But it is a fighter's dream. That being said,
Cast.
Fuck. That being said, this is not going to be all fighters. I've got 2 others I'll recommend that aren't fighters here. And we're going to start with something I've recently fallen in love with, thanks to playing it on the Dreamcast Marathon, and Tom's voice never getting out of my head yelling at me about it.
Excellent.
Choo Choo Rocket!
Nice.
Fucking love Choo Choo Rocket.
It's not a fighter.
What?
That's what I
What?
said. My first 2 are not going to be fighters.
You missed a horrible pun of mine, but Brett's number 5 is Choo Choo Rocket.
Yeah,
That's not a fighter.
it's not a fighter. I told you. No, it's I've really fallen in love with it recently after playing it on the stream, and I picked up the Android version just recently. I've been playing it at work, and it is damn good.
That might have some user-made levels in it. I'm not sure. I know the Game Boy Advance version. If you have a Game Boy, if you have a GBA, the GBA version has like 50 or some insane amount of user levels that were from the Dreamcast community.
Sure, I'd like to think they put those in.
Yeah, maybe.
But I've never really looked into it because I'm still on the hard levels. But I've been playing.
Yeah.
I've been playing it a lot recently, and I've really fallen in love with it. And it doesn't quite get the attention that you would think a Sonic Team game on the Dreamcast would.
Yeah, it
But
did when it came out. Like it was pushed hard because it was the first not big online, but the first one to like have smooth online play.
Yeah, but like time hasn't really treated it that well. So
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend Choo Choo Rocket as number 5.
Cool. Number 4.
Number 4, if you can get the right version of it, Hydro Thunder.
Nice. I thought about putting this one on mine, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's a damn good game. It's just a matter of getting the right version because there were 2 releases of it. There was the launch release, and Mortal Kombat Gold had this same problem, although it had a lot of other problems of its own, even without this. But the discs were just completely glitchy in a million different ways. They had to do a gold disc re-release for both MK Gold and Hydro Thunder. So if you get it, be sure
Gold.
to get the re-release.
I wish you had a 360 because I have Hydro Thunder Hurricane, and
Oh God, I wanted to play that.
it's a lot of fun. The ultimate secret boat is a rubber ducky.
Oh God, I will never forgive Microsoft for making that an exclusive.
That's really weird that it is, unless it's made by
Well, like Microsoft took over like the studio when like I think Midway got bought out.
Though. And aren't they now?
Well, like there was
no, NetherRealms wasn't really Midway. It's just the Midway Fighter guy.
yeah, like it was split up like THQ was. Like some companies got this section, another like Warner Brothers got NetherRealm, got the Mortal Kombat team, made them NetherRealm. Microsoft got the team that did Hydro Thunder, so they got exclusive rights to Hurricane. So
That's weird.
it sucks. I don't like console exclusivity like that, but it's whatever. The original is still damn good, and if you can find like a machine somewhere, play it. Just play it.
Yeah, it's
And
fun. And the machine, the arcade machine, is cool just because you have that throttle that I think it was only used for the boost or something, but it was like an actual. You just felt badass
Like,
just going
full
like
throttle,
"Here we go,
motherfucker."
and just pull that thing back and fly. But
So good.
yeah. Oh, it's actually I'm looking up Hurricane right now. It's published by Microsoft Game Studios and Vector Unit. I don't know who the hell that is, but
Yeah.
See what else they do. Yeah. Man, that's shitty. It's on. I don't know if it's on Steam, but it's on Windows computers.
It is?
I don't know if it's on Steam, but it says platforms Windows 8, Windows RT. What the hell is that, retard? Unless
Let me
that
see
might mean
this one.
it might be mobile. I think it's mobile, maybe. Vector Unit
Wait,
has only.
I'm getting stuff like Windows. Uh,
Oh, Vector Unit worked on Bloodwake. That's another fishing. It's a fishing game. Another boat racing game. And let's see here. They did Hurricane. They did Riptide GP, Shine Runner, Beach Buggy Blitz, and Riptide GP2. So yeah, they're not really
it's on basic Windows 8.
okay.
Wow. I
So
need
that's
to look
something.
into this.
That's a way to get that anyway, kids. Which I really do recommend it. It's a good. I played the hell out of it. I'll forewarn you, the trophies and achievements are retarded on it.
Yeah.
They're really difficult, some of them.
Well,
Uh,
the original game was pretty hard itself.
yeah, to actually progress and get like the trophy, unlock the different what's it called?
Difficulties and shit.
CCs, I guess. I don't know if you'd call them that for a boat racing game. What are you laughing at, Tom? Shut up.
He's
What?
so happy.
Why?
I don't
You'll
know.
find out.
Number 3.
Number 3, I will go ahead and get into the fighters. And this one is
Choo
another.
Choo Rocket. Sorry.
Choo Choo Rocket, the ultimate fighting game. No, I'm going to go with Project Justice.
Nice.
I don't have as much experience with this as I'd like to right now.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, because I don't have as much experience with it, and it's kind of niche. Niche, whatever. Fuck it. But it's a game that deserves a lot more love. It at least deserves a fucking re-release. For the love of God, Capcom, get your shit together!
That's not gonna happen. We'll get a
this
third
game is-
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before that happens.
Boo!
Way too expensive.
Yeah, that's a game that I will fully support burning at this point because, come on, people still want like $80 for it online. It's ridiculous.
That's what I did.
I don't care how rare something is. Like, I'm having a hard enough time just getting the launch games because Power Stone is in there. It's stupid. This game is rare and in mint condition, therefore it's $1 million. eBay. Sorry, yeah, Project Justice.
Project Justice, damn good game. Damn interesting game. It's one of the first ones that really took a look at the story and made that the focus.
Did you play Rival Schools, the first one?
I didn't play the original Rival Schools, sadly.
I was going to ask you if it had as many like mini games as Rival Schools does.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I still haven't
It had
unlocked
like a
software yet.
soccer kicking goal game, baseball home run game. It had training stuff with not Batsu, but whoever's teacher was, and it's cool. That's basically what the second disc is. It's the only fighting game I own that's 2 discs.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That series just deserves a comeback. And it never will get one because Capcom is fucking stupid in 2014.
So we don't support burning illegal games, but that's probably the only way you're gonna.
I do.
I
affordably
support
get
it
that.
if it gets the word out about this game and makes people want a re-release.
Keep circling the tapes.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
Let's just draw a distinction right here. Sega Addicts does not support burning games, but I do. I personally, I think you should,
Sega
especially
Addicts is
when stores will charge you out the ass for it, and it does not. You should never pay more for a game than what it costs on release.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and it's another
Which
game.
is why I paid $100 for Type 0. I mean, what?
It's another thing that kind of was a victim of circumstance. They had it done, but the Dreamcast life cycle was already done, but they put it out anyway. I think the same thing happened with another Capcom game. What was that one where it's like a mishmash of characters, where you it's not a shooter. Well, it's kind of a shooter actually. Oh crap! What is that called? What is that
Cannon
called?
Spike?
Yeah, Cannon Spike.
That's the one that has Cammy in it.
That's another one that's like a bunch of Capcom characters, but because the Dreamcast was done, like they announced the death of it, or Sega's support of it as those games were getting pressed. So that's why they're kind of rare.
I need to play Cannon Strike or
Spike,
Cannon Spike.
yeah.
Yeah, that.
Josh has
Because
it, and he played it last year on the stream, and I hate him for that.
I need to play it just for the Street Fighter connections. Which, speaking of, number 2
Number 2.
is actually a number 3. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Fight for the Future. I mentioned it earlier. It's a damn hard game.
Fight for the Future?
Yeah, that's the subtitle. That's the second subtitle under Third Strike.
Wow. Okay.
Capcom had
Wait,
that.
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike or Street Fighter Third Strike?
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Good
Because it was
gosh.
the third. It was the third version of Street Fighter 3.
Why do they even? Whatever.
Like,
Alright.
like the
Their
third
game titles are like
rebalancing.
Fall Out Boy songs. It's ridiculous.
And we will remember them for centuries. Anyways, damn good game. It's very hard, but I definitely recommend it. It's probably one of the most tech to Street Fighter games, and it's the most interesting as far as character choice as well, because aside from Akuma, Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li, everybody is new. And it was probably one of the more ambitious things they've done with the series. So I really enjoy it just for that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Not that
And they weren't even going to put, the original Street Fighter 3 release, they were not going to put Ryu and Ken in. They were just going to have Alex be the lead character.
That would have pissed too many people off.
That's exactly what happened. So that's why I put Ryu and Ken in. And then I don't think Akuma and Chun-Li came in until Third Strike. So it was interesting at the risks they took, because they'll never take that kind of risk again. Too many people will get pissed off. I mean, I get pissed off now for not putting Karen and Armika in Street Fighter 4. So too many people would get angry if they replaced the entire cast with brand new people. But it's interesting.
You would like Karen.
I do. Karen is awesome. I have a Karen on my desk over here. Fuck yeah.
Just knowing your character types. As soon as you said Karen, I was like, that makes sense.
Karen Kanzuki deserves better. Anyways.
Number 1.
Number 1 is another Capcom game.
Choo Choo Rocket.
Yes, it's Ultra Choo Choo Rocket 4. Arcade Edition 2013. No,
Armageddon. Choo Choo Rocket Armageddon.
Oh God, Choo Choo Rocket
Choo-choo
Omega.
Rocket Third Strike.
Mhm.
Fight for the future. Fight for the future, because cats. And shit.
Choo Choo Rocket Rival Schools.
But this next one's probably fucking obvious if you know me at all, because I played at least 3 times.
Tekken.
It's not Tekken. It's not Tekken. Believe me. I hate Tekken right now.
Feet
It
of
is
Fury.
Capcom versus SNK2 Millionaire Fighting 2001.
What it's called? Millionaire Fighting?
Well, it was called Mark of the Millennium 2001 in America, but the original Japanese title was Millionaire Fighting 2001. The story behind the tournament was that Ken Masters and Robert Garcia, who are both in the storyline millionaires, they were the one that set up the tournament. Any hoozles. Just such a damn good game. It is the best crossover game that Capcom's ever done. I don't care what people say about Marvel. It's an okay game, but Marvel 2 will never be Capcom versus SNK 2.
So that means this is the one that it works with using the link cable. Is that right?
Let me see.
Match of the Millennium.
I believe so.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Neo Geo.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, just the sheer amount of characters they put in that game is enough. And then you have the different ways to play them. The 8 different grooves with the custom ones. Give you your super combos in different ways based on various Capcom SNK games. Like you have one that's based off of KOF 2002, one's based off of KOF 99, One's based off of the custom combos in Alpha 3. One's based off of Third Strike. Just so much strategy, so much to do.
Is that the one you can? Do you pick teams in it?
Yeah, you pick
Okay,
team.
then
It
yeah,
has the ratio system.
definitely this one that you use it with, because that one you have teams. The other SNK fighter I have, it doesn't have teams. It's R2, King of Fighters R2 or something.
Yeah, and it's just they put so much love in that game, and I don't think it gets enough love compared to like a Marvel 2.
Well, it didn't get released in the U.S.
Yeah, well, it did get released in the U.S. on PS2
Oh,
and on Dreamcast and Xbox OG.
I don't think anyone's buying the PS2 for its fighters, though. There are a
Yeah,
lot of random fighters on that thing, but whatever.
yeah, a lot of crapperware fighters. That was part of what kind of killed the fighting genre until.
Capcom killed it and then brought it back, and now they're
Yeah,
doing
they brought it
again
back with Street Fighter 4, and then they killed it again.
with Street Fighter 4.
We're Ultra Street Fighter 4. We're killing this genre.
Yep. Is it dead yet? That's what they should call it.
Street Fighter 4 Overkill.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
CBS2, amazing game.
So,
Worth
Brett's
it.
top... Oh, sorry.
Oh,
What?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to sum up your list. You had Choo Choo Rocket, which everyone should get on iOS or Android because it's $1.
It's $1. It's damn worth it.
Yeah, or grab it on the Dreamcast. Dreamcast is probably pretty cheap now, or the game, I don't know, Game Boy Advance version I wouldn't recommend over all of them, except that you can create your own little character to replace the Choo Choos. Like you can do a little sprite art thing.
But as far as like cost effectiveness, definitely the Android one, because like with the Dreamcast one, you'll probably have to pay shipping and stuff. It'll get up to like close to $5 sometimes. You just
Yeah.
get it for 99 cents, have it downloaded instantly. It's a small file, so
Yep.
I mean, it's best to just go with the Android version.
Yeah. Number 4 is Hydro Thunder. Number 3, Project Justice. Number 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Fight for the Future. X-Files, Fight for the Millennium. Number 1, Capcom versus SNK 2, Mark of the Devil. And then, so, now we'll do my top 5. Hooray!
And I'll be right back. I gotta go help with something.
Okay.
Keep going though.
Number 5. Well, I'll say before you leave that my number 5 is also Choo Choo Rocket. Thanks for your feedback, Brett. But I wanted to put that on there because, yeah, again, I don't feel like that game gets enough love, and it's a cool game to play if you just want to play something but want to relax, because the single player mode, actually there's a 2-player mode where you can switch or no, there's like a 2-player co-op too, but it's a fun chill game even though multiplayer is so frantic and insane and just totally different from the main game, which I in retrospect I wish we had done some multiplayer on the stream, on the marathon, to show people how different and insane it is for those that had never seen it. Number 4, Typing of the Dead, because more people should play this game or own it and find a reason to use your Dreamcast keyboard. That game, it's just so much fun, and I still like it a lot better than Overkill, to House of the Dead, or Typing of the Dead Overkill. Because Overkill had, and I kind of said this in the review for the site, Overkill was already ridiculous on its own with the cutscenes and the characters, but Typing of the Dead, like, it sort of took itself seriously, but it was also campy. So the characters in the cutscenes have Dreamcast strapped to their backs and keyboards up to their chests instead of their guns, and it's just hilarious. So but in Overkill, they're already dropping F-bombs left and right. So when you type in like "I am pooping on the toilet," it's not as funny as typing that in. What was the one? Fart in a bottle on Typing of the Dead. When I had that on the marathon, I had to get a screen cap of that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good time. Number 3, Super Magnetic Neo, and I wish that Brett was here because I doubt he's played that game. I doubt many people have played this game. Have you heard of it, Tom, or played it?
I've never even heard of it.
Okay. It's an adventure game where your character is he has a magnet on his head, and you hit a button to change it to positive, or not positive or negative, but north or south. and then you use that to capture enemies in a ball, and then you can kill them, or they won't hurt you anyway. And you also use that to attach your head to like different kind of railings you jump onto to get across. But it has to be the opposite. So if the railing's blue, you have to use red to magnetize to it, and same with enemies, like, or maybe it's the opposite with enemies. I can't remember. But it's like a trial and error game. But it's pretty cool because I don't know any other games that really do that. It's a cool concept. Um, and number 2 is Illbleed.
Really? Number 2.
Yeah, because more people should play Illbleed, and that's a game. Besides Choo Choo Rocket, all the games I'm talking about you can only get on Dreamcast.
Okay, what I miss? Sorry about that.
My number 5 was Choo Choo Rocket. My number 4 was Typing of the Dead. My number 3 was Super Magnetic Neo. Have you ever played that, Brett?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of it or seen it or anything?
It sounds familiar, but nothing's coming like for sure.
Okay. Well, what I was telling Tom is Super Magnetic Neo, your character has a magnet on his head, and you have to do the polar opposites of when you want to do certain things. Like there'll be a chasm that you have to get across. So to do that, there might be like a railing that's blue, and but you have to switch your head to red to magnetize yourself to it to swing across or whatever. Or you have to trap enemies in like a magnetic ball, and depending on what color they are, what color your head is and stuff. It's a lot of trial and error, but it's cool because there's not really any games that I can think of that are like that at all.
Yeah, that definitely sounds unique.
I was trying my hardest to get the damn cover art up, but whatever. Not going to worry about that now. Number 2 was Illbleed, which you guys kind of watched me play. You were playing Blue Stinger while I was playing that, Brett.
I was struggling to find a baseball bat and struggling to stay awake, so...
Yep.
My
Illbleed is awesome, though, because it really is just so unique, and it's one of those games that it was kind of doing whatever the hell it wanted to, just for the sake of, fuck it, we're in a crazy spooky horror funhouse, so there's going to be blood flying out of windows, and yeah, you got to find this guy that lit his son on fire and use his own baseball bat to kill him and whatever else. But it's just so ridiculous and does whatever it wants to, so I really like that. It's a little clunky, but it's still playable. It does maybe require some patience, but if you're into like campy horror stuff, I recommend it. And then number 1, my most recommended Dreamcast game on the Sega Dreamcast for the Dreamcast is Toy Commander.
Oh my fucking god.
Alright, before I justify myself, I want to hear why both of you had those reactions.
I just knew you were going to say that.
It's
I know how much you adore that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember hearing you talk about it for so much. I was like, of fucking course.
It's not a bad thing. I've never played it, so I don't know if it's bad or not. I just know you love the shit out of it.
It's fun. I'm gonna play it earlier in the marathon next year because it's not a game to play when you're tired. Because I really could have gotten through the level I did that took me an hour. I could have gotten through that quicker than what I did. But it's like if you take Army Men 3D, any of those games, and kind of mix it with almost kind of mix it with some racing games, because you do have parts where you'll be racing, you'll have parts where you're flying like a helicopter, or what was the other ones? There's like transporting troops around and stuff. But it's pretty cool because it's an adventure game, but you also have to kind of go on defense for some missions, and there's like capture the flag. The multiplayer is awesome though. If you have people that once you get past the learning curve with the controls, 4 player is a lot of fun in that game. And that's a game like if they just re-released it and changed nothing except for adding online play, I would buy that again in a heartbeat. But it's really fun. It's a fun game and it has a lot of personality to it. That's one you can only get on Dreamcast though. I'd say out of them, like number 5, Choo Choo Rocket, we already talked about. Typing of the Dead. If you can't find Typing of the Dead and don't want to buy a keyboard, which Dreamcast keyboards are not that expensive, you could try Typing of the Dead Overkill, but it doesn't have the same charm that the first Typing of the Dead does. Super Magnetic Neo was only ever on the Dreamcast. Illbleed is another game that is like stupidly overpriced. Like you're gonna find it no less than for $50 online. Don't pay that much. It's a good game, and fans of that kind of stuff would probably happily pay $50 for it. And I mean, I honestly don't want to say that's completely overpriced because the very first level you played has target times. The first level's target time was 2.5 hours. And some of the levels will take you that long because you do have to go through them slowly. You're in kind of a fun house slash horror house, so you have to go slowly to keep your heart rate down and to keep yourself from going insane. So it's pretty cool in that respect. I didn't really explain the game at all, but you know what? Check out our marathon to find out how good it was. Oh,
Nice plug.
Twitch TV, Sega Addicts Scotty. And let's see. Oh yeah, Toy Commander. He was only on the Dreamcast. I wouldn't even try to get Toy Soldiers. That's not going to be like Toy Commander. Toy Commander is itself its own thing. So that's my top 5 Dreamcast recommended Dreamcast games. Honorable mention. Shit, I had one and now I forget.
Wait. Before we sign off of this completely, one of our listeners sent us a list of top 5 games.
Oh, really? Well, we can get to that in the listener questions.
Okay, sure.
Yep, derp. Shit, I thought I had an honorable mention, but now I can't remember. All right, what's yours?
My honorable mention is King of Fighters 99. It's also on the PSX, but it's the best KOF game that's not 13. So
I have an honorable mention as well.
All right.
Iridesce, Master of Blocks, and this is a special recommendation because this is an indie game that came out recently.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it is a. Have you ever played Luminous on PSP?
I had no idea what I was doing, but yes.
It's basically that, but in my opinion, I think it's a little better. It's mission-based.
Okay.
And there's an endless mode, obviously, but I think it's a little bit better.
Cool. My honorable mention.
Oh, yeah. I just thought I'd tack on at the end there. The only thing that makes it a little bit worse is that the music isn't as good for obvious reasons.
Yeah. My honorable mention is Dynamite Cop and Zombie Revenge, just because Dynamite Cop is funny, but Zombie Revenge, if you like House of the Dead, it's kind of along the same humor.
Dynamite Cop was the only thing that was keeping me alive when I was playing Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh. But Zombie Revenge has one of my favorite lines in it. There's no time! Because it's an arcadey game, so you do have a timer. What's up, Tom? You're filming something. One word. It's a movie.
No. Bass fishing.
Oh. You want to recommend
Cat.
bass fishing? Which one?
I do want to recommend Sega Bass Fishing.
The first one?
Yeah, because the Wii does not count. Name another way you can play a bass fishing game with a bass fishing controller. And that controller's not expensive either.
No, it's not. I got that and marine fishing together for like $15 or something.
There you go.
There you go. And I honestly bought that fishing rod more for Soul Calibur. So.
Whole caliber.
Yeah, honorable mention for top 5 Dreamcast recommendations is the fishing rod. Alright, so that's pretty cool. That's a good. I took some notes. I think we might all have stuff that we might all check out on our own now. And hopefully some of our friends and listeners will as well. But without further... I keep saying without further ado. I don't know why. Whatever. We're going to go...
We're going to become self-aware of that like I did with Right Quick.
Yes. This is Tom's art gallery. It's going to happen right now. Let me get this up real quick.
He's got that pose like he's shitting on our whole lives.
What the hell? Okay. This is Tom's drawing. This is Tom's drawing. Right? please put a still shot on that? All right, Tom, go ahead and explain yourself.
Like most great art, I think this is actually fairly self-explanatory. It's a piece about Brett really liking the Dreamcast,
It is.
and me licking him while he likes the Dreamcast.
Got shark teeth.
Well, you can tell it's me because of the hair on the eyes.
Your eyes look more Egyptian than they do Asian. I like that you drew wrinkles on your forehead. Do you think you're aging that much?
I don't know. That's how I draw foreheads. Aside from Brett, because Brett is a young man.
All right. Well, if you had to describe it to the listeners, because you do, how would you do that?
It's Brett who clearly likes the Dreamcast and thinking about the Dreamcast, and me coming out from behind him and licking him gently.
You know, Brett wearing his classic, his staple Dreamcast hat with his Dreamcast glasses on, and his unshaven face, and Tom with his long tongue
and shark teeth, and an apparent goatee himself.
Something. And I'm not in this probably because I'm just saying it's licking.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't figure out a way to draw Scotty that would just be definitively Scotty.
Okay, here we go.
Do I just have no features since I don't have sideburns as much as I used to?
That is partially it. It is also just because I was looking for an excuse to draw a picture of me licking Brett.
Here's my idea. Here's my interpretation. Scotty's not in this picture because Tom has already devoured him. You see, he has the shark teeth. Tom has the shark teeth, and you see those spots around his mouth. Those aren't hairs like I originally thought. They're Scotty's blood.
And is that blood instead of sperm dripping from his tongue?
No. No, it's very much not blood.
Wonderful. Maybe it's like that one Pokemon attack. When you get licked, you get confused or whatever, and that's what Brett's eyes are doing. Paralyzed with passion.
Yep. It is.
Tom is a professional haunter, confirmed.
Great. Okay. So that sure was Tom's. Nope. Whoops. Damn it. Damn it, Google. Oh, Google, just do something I want you to, you piece of crap. That was Tom's Fart Corner. Okay, so next up, because you demanded it, did it, is
Junpei... Oh, fuck it.
Huh?
Junpei Iori.
Wait,
what about our listeners?
What the fuck? No, I put the wrong... Why do I keep clicking on the wrong damn thing? Oh, fucking hell. I don't even fucking... You know what? I don't care anymore. This one's going up now. Whatever. Okay, we're doing some listener questions because Sega does. As one does. Who's got them ready?
I got them ready.
Nice.
Shigzilla. First, before anything else, Shigzilla contributed to our top 5 Dreamcast games.
All right.
Or at least what I communicated as the top 5 Dreamcast games.
Good do. Go ahead.
Shigzilla says, in no particular order as far as I can tell, okay. Skies of Arcadia, Grandia 2, PSO version 2.
Hold on, whoa, I'm writing these down.
Okay.
Grandia 2. After that.
PSO version 2.
Oh, okay.
Fight for the Future.
Power Stone.
Oh, did you say 1 or 2? Uh-oh.
Power Stone 2.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Cool. What's his last one?
Jet Set Radio!
Nice!
with a special mention to Illbleed and Samba de Amigo with the maracas.
Oh, I forgot. I've never played Samba de Amigo, but that's a good one.
So,
Probably.
thank you, Shig, for contributing to this section.
Nice.
And,
All right, and to answer that question, yes.
Yes. And Shigzilla asks, do you guys remember that the Dreamcast went free with internet subscriptions in its second year via rebate?
I had no idea because the only thing I used the internet for with the Dreamcast was Sonic Adventure downloadable stuff. And I think I played Choo Choo Rocket like once online.
And I didn't discover the Dreamcast till well after the fact.
Yeah, that's cool though. More reasons Sega's awesome.
Shigzilla asks, what are the 5 Dreamcast games that hold up the worst?
Oh man, let me go over to my tower corner thing.
Jet Set Radio?
Jet Set Radio.
I still love it. Charge and Blast is a piece of shit.
Spider-Man.
Blue Stinger probably is not playable if anyone had like jumped into it never playing a Dreamcast game before.
I'll disagree with that one. I don't think Blue Stinger's that unplayable. I think it's alright.
Okay.
Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah.
But it's still a good 3D like adventure game, whether you hate Shadow or whatever. I think.
I think the physics are a bit wonky, and it's a bit too death trappy for my taste.
That's any Sonic game. Anyway,
Especially SA2 though.
No, I can't think of anything that I own here anyway that's not great to go back to. I mean, well,
I can. Test Drive Le Mans.
Terrible game.
Yeah, I don't play the racing games on there. Revolt was wicked rough. Slave
NFL
Zero,
Blitz. What's up?
I was gonna say Slave Zero is not that great of a game, but I found out if you like change the controls and switch it to first-person view instead of third-person view, it's actually not that bad. But it's a game that should use the keyboard. It just doesn't. But if you desperately want to play that game and play it comfortably, I would just download the PC version.
I'm gonna say something that'll probably make Scotty mad, but
Oh, here we go.
Resident Evil Code Veronica.
I don't care if you don't like those games.
Tank controls are a hard sell nowadays, which is why I
Yeah.
kind of really like Silent Hill 2, because it's an option to play it without tank controls.
Yeah, I mean, I like the tank controls, but I don't know. That's me.
I can't do the
Shigzilla
tank control.
asks,
That
if
was
Sonic goes on another awful run of games, would you support a Conker's Bad Fur Day turn for the Blue Blur?
Wouldn't that be Shadow's game, probably?
That will actually...
Alright.
I mean, I'd probably still buy it anyway just because it's Sonic, so I guess yes.
I'm generally open for anything as far as like.
Yeah, I don't even care where they go with that series anymore because I can always play the originals if I get depressed.
Yeah, game journalists will just still rag on and on about how, well, wait, this isn't Sonic.
It's not as fast.
So whatever, doesn't matter. They're wrong. Shigzilla asks, how many Dreamcasts have you guys gone through? I'm on my 3rd or 4th. Lasers.
Oh, shiggity. I'll tell you how many.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hold on, sorry. 0. This is still my first fucking launch day, bitches.
Same.
I'm so happy with that.
Still
I'm
got my
looking from
first
there,
one.
'cause I'm an idiot.
I had one bouncing around the trunk of my car that still works. So.
You know why? That's why. Windows CE. No, I'm just kidding. Not at all why. But yeah, it's a launch system and it's still going strong. It's been through 2 marathons and it's still doing all right.
Yeah, the fact that that thing is surviving marathons is incredible.
Word. What did you say for yours, Brett? Sorry.
What's up?
Brett said something about his.
Mine is, I believe it's a launch unit. Like I said, I got mine for $20 at a flea market, but it has been through a marathon and it still works great. The only thing is it's the battery and it's dead, so the clock doesn't work anymore. But
That's
still
with
plays.
everyone's.
Yeah, still plays shit
Yeah,
though.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. I've replaced the battery in my Saturn only because it has save data on it, but that was before I got the memory card, but it doesn't even matter if you replace the battery in the Dreamcast because you've got memory cards.
Shakezilla asks, and I'm going to just rephrase this too. Give me some underrated Dreamcast games, ones you rarely see mentioned by anyone. Toy Commander?
Yeah, Toy Commander.
Project Justice.
It'll bleed again. I will walk over to my wall again. Pen Tricelon is fun if you have people to laugh at it with. Chow Adventure. There's
Tokyo Extreme Racer 2 is not that bad. It's but I'd never really heard of it until recently.
You know what's a game everyone mentions but no one seems to have played? Is Space Channel 5.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that because I don't own the Dreamcast version. It's fun though. It's fun. Dynamite Cop is fun even though it's super duper short because it does have replay value if you're into like score attacks, and it's got some unlockable stuff too. It has a bunch of artwork you can unlock if you're into that. So yeah, underrated. I'd say any of the brawlers really like that, or Zombie Revenge again.
Shigzilla asks, when is the episode where everyone but Brett gets drunk? Brett could get jacked up on Mountain Dew, though.
It'll probably be the next commentary. So, yeah.
There are rules against that now.
We will, and for commentaries, we have ideas, but, you know, Shiggity or anyone, if you guys have recommendations for what you want to see us do commentaries of, definitely send those to us. Just thinking of that now, because we've kind of, between the Sega Addicts Kids Table and our own and other commentaries, we kind of covered a lot of video, Sega like themed videos or whatever. So we're gonna, don't make us do Rush Hour 2. We need to stay away from that.
Nobody gets why we've been talking about Rush Hour 2, and now I'm sad.
Well, this is
That's
the first time on
fine.
the podcast I think we've mentioned it, but
Well, we mentioned it during. I've mentioned it on Twitter a couple times, and I mentioned it during Thursday Throwdowns. This is the first time I mentioned it on the podcast proper. The prodcast.
Broadcast.
oh, great.
God.
The Devil Wears Prodcast. Next, Shiggity.
That's all the questions from Shigzilla, so thank you, Shiggity.
Okay, cool.
Rush Hour 2 coming soon.
No, you idiot. I thought there was.
I've never been so happy to be called an idiot.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you.
We might have gotten more questions if Sega Addicts would have retweeted my post.
Oh wait, we got some other ones.
We did?
Yeah, or got one other one. He said, "Just kidding. Don't get drunk on my behalf. I don't want to be a bad influence." And then Shigzilla said, "Scotty, when does your second album come out? Was it Afterbirth you guys decided it was going to be called?"
That was Birth Defects.
Birth Defects, and that's not the title. But we are actually recording. We are recording an EP right now, so
Hell yeah.
sometime in the future. Actually, Against All Odds is our second album, but that's neither here nor
Explain
there.
this to me, Scotty. What the fuck is an EP?
Extended play is what that stands for, but it's going to be a 5-track EP or an LP rather than a full album.
You're
LP
gonna do a
stands for
Let's
limited press. No, see, I hate when you guys say LP and you talk about Let's Plays because that's not what it is. An acronym, not an acronym. Initials for bitches.
This is why, even though I own every Beastie Boys album, I know nothing about music.
That's not even a factor. What?
No. The Beastie Boys are all music.
The Beastie Boys is music, therefore I know music.
Yeah.
This is sabotage.
Oh man. So yeah, that's some good questions. Thank you, Shiggity. And so now we're gonna get into some stuff that some plugs that you ought to know. Mr. Pocky X, you go first.
I don't want to. Brett, you go first.
Mr. Brett X, you go first.
No. Don't give me that name. He'll get ideas. Oh boy. I have changed my name on both Tumblr and Twitter this week. A fact that Tom is responsible for, and he's still mad about it. Because he doesn't like to spell the word Suzaku. I am Rainmaker Agito on Twitter and Tumblr. I'm still Cyberjunk on Twitch.
What?
What happened?
As if that's somehow simpler.
Yeah, that's what I did. For those watching, you can
Hey, it's
rewind
2
and
less
check out my
letters.
reaction. It's 2 less letters? Oh,
It's
how
2 less
kind of you.
letters. You guys are lazy, so I had
You're lazy?
You're too lazy to type in a clearly easy to spell word.
That's what you justify as lazy?
Yes, yes it is.
How's that new layout coming, Brett?
No, they weren't supposed to know about that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's totally almost done. I'm just buying my time here.
Yeah, you sure are.
Asshole! I mean, what?
I think that's a bunch of poo, is what you're talking about. That's a bunch of poo-poo. What else do you have to plug?
We have the... What the hell? We have
Who?
Thursday Throwdowns on the Sega Addicts Twitch channel. What are we playing this week, Tom?
We are playing Blaze Blue, Chrono
Fuck
Phantasy.
yeah!
Yet another game where Brett has a distinct advantage over me.
That's what you say.
He
but
has
then
played the game before.
That's what you say, but
See.
then you realize that you play as Taukaka, who is top ranked and everything, and I play as Makoto, who is
I'm
awful.
just going to play as Noelle because I like Noelle.
I'm doomed. Unless I
I don't
start
know how to
playing.
play.
Unless I start playing as Noelle too,
But-
then I'm
And
doomed.
I should keep doing that.
Yeah, you actually made a good comeback on the last session. So, I'm trying to think what else do I have to plug. Aside from that, that's about it.
Did you say SegaNet?
No.
What's your username on SegaNet?
Ghetto Boy 460.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, mine's Spin Doctor 69.
Tom, what's your SegaNet account?
It is Neku915, same as PSN.
That game wasn't even out when the Dreamcast was out. SegaNet was a thing. Are you a time traveler or what?
I just kept it.
Oh. God damn it.
Good gosh.
Shut up, I'm not in on this joke. I didn't own a Dreamcast when people owned a Dreamcast.
Niku Sakuraba is secretly Tom. No, it's the other way around. Tom is secretly Niku Sakuraba.
Do you have anything else to plug?
No.
Tom, what do you want to plug?
I am at Sega Tomcast on Twitter. You can also find me on a thing with Brett where we play games and fight each other.
And sometimes
that's-
get into puzzle battles. Puzzle
This
battles.
coming weekend, we will not be recording anything. The weekend after that, we might be recording challenges. A retro game challenge series, if you will. So if you have challenges that you'd like to challenge me to in old video games that take less than 15 minutes, then ping me at Sega Tomcast on Twitter. Okay, Scotty's going Super Saiyan, I think.
Turning Japanese.
Yes,
He
you
just
are.
watched Krillin die and he's really pissed.
I thought I had more things to talk about,
Sorry,
but I don't know what they are.
because I did things.
I was confused.
Just keep it grooving. Keep it grooving.
Fuck it. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Twitter, your art? I don't know.
Yeah, fuck my art. Scotty, go.
I'm on Twitter as Scotty Mofo Show. My band is also on Twitter as Wine Spirit PGH. I also do unboxings on YouTube. It's been a while for those, but they're still up there. Go check them out, please. And you can also check out recaps of the stream if you go to Twitch. the Twitch username Sega Addict Scotty. We have recaps, highlights from the marathon, the Dreamcast marathon, and also on the site that you're watching this on, YouTube, we have recaps of my choppy version in the Hangouts during the marathon and Brett's actual version during camera during the marathon. So that was fun. Thanks again for all the people that watched, and you'll be getting your Genesis games in the near future that we gave away. I don't think there's much else to plug. Let's see, Twitter, we're on Facebook, like us on there. You can find us on iTunes under Sega Addicts Kids Table, because it's a little confusing, but go there anyway. We're on Podbeam at Sega Addicts Kids Table.
We have a
like us
Friendster.
and rate us and stuff. We have what?
Friendster, MySpace.
Sega Addicts on Grindr.
Yeah, all of those things. So I think that's about it. We are going to have more videos coming up. The Twitch channel that you need to watch for the fighting on Thursday night is just Sega Addicts. Is it Sega Addicts or Addict?
Sega Addicts.
Okay, cool, plural, neat. So do that and keep playing the game.
We think as a team. We don't make our own account that says Sega Addicts. You know. I don't know what I'm going with this.
You trying to make fun of me?
Yeah, it failed.
Yeah, way to go.
It fell apart within like 5 seconds of the joke.
All right. Do you have music for us to dance to, Brett?
I do. I very
Okay.
much do.
That's good. I'm probably for... Yeah, okay. Well, without stuff, I have been your host, Scotty Moe. With me today has been Hockey X.
Fuck it.
Were you going to say hi?
No, I don't know.
And also Brett the Hatfield.
Yo, and stuff.
All right,
This is
so...
a fighting freak knuckles.
Yeah. So we're out. Let's dance. Floppy Spider-Man. All right. That's all, kids. We're out.